Hello and welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I'm Kelly. Today we're going to do a reading on Wheein from Mamamoo. As of today, I think they announced that she is considering leaving the label, but it hasn't been confirmed by the label itself. They're saying they're still in negotiations, so hopefully we get news on that real soon. We're going to do a career reading for her, and then we're going to do an ideal partner reading as well. So as always, tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. It's just my opinion and my intuition. And please, please, please take it with a grain of salt. I want to thank the generous donor who has bought this reading through the coffee page. I appreciate you so, so much. Really, I can't thank you enough. I'm so glad you've been enjoying your readings, and I hope you continue to enjoy your readings. And come back and visit me whenever you can. All right, so this is the Cosmic Tarot. This is a brand new one to my collection. Got it last week, I think. So we'll see how it works out. It's got a nice retro vibe to it. Sci-fi retro, which I'm digging right now. So Wheein, career. What's in store for Wheein's career? So let me see. Wheein is an Aries, so she may be represented in the Emperor card, which is really interesting because I see 3 other women here. We do have a King of Wands. We may pull a clarifier depending on how the reading goes to see what they represent. But already I'm feeling this is about creativity and mastering of their creativity. So we're starting with this Queen of Pentacles. And this is about kind of taking care of things financially. It's a maternal and feminine energy on the Pentacles suit. Is about wanting to make sure financial affairs are in order, but also everyone that she cares about is also taken care of. Emperor could be about Wheein ready just to be in charge of herself. Now, I'm not sure yet if that is going to mean going solo, but it definitely means she wants more control. She is fighting and will demand nothing less than full creative control of her work at this point. This point, near future, roundabouts. Then we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So I think there's an aspect of, like, you know, here are the moon, the swords. It usually means a distrust. And this is like getting away from shady people and shady practices. And she may have felt like either the company or someone around her didn't have her best interests at heart, or she felt like they weren't allowing her, or they were intentionally sabotaging her when she was trying to do what she wanted, right? So she's moving away from that. It's like that energy is now lessening around her or from her. Then we have the Five of Pentacles, which is usually about feeling like outcast and not having the resources that you want. But in reverse, it's almost like your choice. Like upright, it would be like almost feeling like people are casting you out. If anything to me said of going solo and leaving the company, this would be the card that kind of speaks to that. But being that it's pentacles and not wands, it makes me feel like financially, she wants to separate her money or her income or her source of income from where it was before. Again, like I said, there's something about being shady, people handling things. She doesn't like the way they were being handled. This is about her really wanting to do it herself. It's like someone was floundering opportunities that should have been hers. It should have been a lot more opportunities for her to make money or to handle her money and her ideas, and it's like they were not, as far as she's concerned, they were totally mishandling those opportunities, and possibly on purpose. The Queen of Swords is someone who really has something to say, usually would say it very bluntly and directly to your face. This is not. Interesting enough, we had this in Hwasa's reading as well. So it's like almost, I don't know if they have NDAs or they cannot speak out about certain things when it comes to the label and the handling of them, or just because they're under contract, and when they're no longer under contract, they'll be able to speak about things. But generally, I don't see a lot of idols come clean. We did see, we did see Elkie recently, but she was also in the safety of an entirely different country, so it may have been a little easier for her knowing she wasn't going to rejoin the Korean idol industry. Whereas I feel like if Wheein is publicly talking about what she doesn't like or what she wants to change within the company or her treatment, she may have repercussions, so she's going to keep a lot of that to herself. So if she does walk away, don't expect her to really do a big expose on her mistreatment. I don't think so. Again, this is about her having complete creative control. You know, we saw the Emperor, who's in charge of everything, but this is very much creatively. She knows what she wants to do. I love this guy. He looks like Sean Connery to me. This whole deck to me looks like it's based on movie stars sometimes, but yeah, I keep hearing Sean Connery's accent in my head. Yeah, she's definitely wanting creative control. She's gonna get it, whether the label gives it to her or she has to walk away. She's taking nothing less than what she wants to do. She's done playing other people's games and playing by their rules. She has some music to make, and no one's gonna get in the way of that anymore. Again, the Hermit, I say again because this is about, I guess because they're renegotiating right now, there's a lot of back and forth mixed signals on if she's going to leave or not. The Hermit is usually, if it was upright, I would say she's definitely walking away, but in reverse, it's like usually it's about this clear vision ahead, and you're going to seclude yourself to go find that, but she doesn't want to. It's like she doesn't want to break. If she does leave, it's not because she wants to. It's not because she doesn't like the girls. Again, like, I think she would do everything in her power to keep Mamamoo going. She doesn't really want to go and completely cut ties and be solo, but we knew that already. That's not really new information. So Princess of Swords is our Page of Swords. Again, we had the Queen where it's not the ability, but also this is like almost not knowing what to say. So I think even if she could make a public statement, she doesn't really know what to tell people. You know, and it's kind of like the potential or the option to say it's just not there. It really feels like it's backing up this card. I mean, we're having both of the feminine aspects of the Swords Court in reverse. So I also feel like this shows that zodiacally the other cards don't line up, I think, with the girls, at least all three of them, because I know I just did one on Hwasa and she was a Cancer. I think that surprised a lot of people, but it's like I think she's closer with one of the girls than the other two, because it's almost like there's three other people that could speak for her, and 2 of them don't agree with her. And I know this is kind of like a side thing, but I do think, again, in Hwasa's reading, when I got 3 wands, it's not a coincidence having the 3 women court cards, and this is not a coincidence. So I do think there's one person that's kind of in her corner and really pushing her to fight for what she wants, and the other 2 are almost like trying to silence her in a way, or they aren't speaking up for her themselves. It's almost like they're like, well, you do what you got to do, but I've already made my decision. And it's kind of that. Because it's like not saying it and then not having the opportunity to say it or the potential to say it. So there's like, it could be 2 different issues here as well that she's not able to speak on top of like the layering of it being the 3 women. As an aside, there might be 2 different issues in her career that are going to happen to her, and I think people are going to expect her to speak up on, and she's not. She's going to, I think Wheein likes her privacy. She wants to keep her mouth shut. And, you know, if there are a couple public issues, I don't know if it's like, again, with the contract or if she has any scandal issues or I don't know. I can't tell you what the issues are, but I can tell you there'll be 2 instances where she could speak out and she doesn't. And then we have 2 different 2. So 2 of Cups, it is about a meeting of the minds. It's about pursuing what you love. It's about, and it could be directly about finding love. It could be that she has success more in romantic music. You know, it could be conceptual. But I'm definitely seeing well, actually, as I say that, I wonder if, again, I feel like we had the same with Hwasa though. If there's like a guy that's kind of not good for them and is kind of like playing around. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, she could openly find love and announce her relationship down the road and make that public. It's kind of more what I'm seeing here. So in her career, the thing is, with these 3 cards together, it tells me when she does that, it's not going to be good for her career, because there's like other things I think people want to hear from her that aren't this. And then the 2 of Pentacles is like, because of that announcement, it's going to lose opportunities. It's going to throw some things out of balance. It's going to, I think, upset, I hate to say it, like a lot of her male fan base that has been supporting her. They might be very fickle, and when she gets to that, it's like they're no longer going to support her in the way that they did. I also think it may be also her, if once she's in a very public relationship, that's going to take more of her time, take her kind of away from the spotlight more often. So, you know, the two of Pentacles is about balance. So it will throw her a bit out of balance. It may just mean like her promotions will become less and less often after that announcement happens for her. But I do think right now we are really seeing boss Wheein start to come to the forefront. I'm going to pull some oracle cards because I really would like to get more to the direct question of if she's going to leave the company or not. Scoot up a little bit. Because I think Wheein's energy is still very undecided right now. But she wants control. She wants power. She wants things the way she wants them. And she's not settling this time. Hermit in reverse only makes me feel like she's not leaving, but all these cards tell me that she's not happy with a lot of the way it was. Well, I think obviously, again, it's not really news, is it? Breath. This is like a pause. It's like taking time to think. Storm. Crafty. Storm is a big change. It's not exactly a tower moment, but because it's like a rough spot that you ride out. And then crafty is about having to be clever, having to be smart about what you say, what you do. Mystery. Ugh, this is like just, she's so undecided. Mother. Again, it's a with 3 eggs. You know, this mother bird with 3 eggs. This Queen of Pentacles. This is wanting to care. She's very, very torn because again, she would never leave Mamamoo if she didn't have to. We do have union. Again, we have that 2 of Cups as well. Is this union? Home. Honestly, I feel like the cards are saying she's staying. I'm going to put my foot down and tell you, I think she needed to make a power play. She needed to let them know she was serious about what she wanted. And I think it worked for her. I'm going to say that. I think it worked for her. And I'm going to try to get this up in the next day or two. Today is what? It's the 10th. Today is June 10th. I just want to say that right now. So when this goes up, you know, you know, good or bad, right or wrong, I'm making the call that she's going to stay with the label. I think she just had to make a move. She had to make a really strong move, and she did. And I think it's going to allow her what she wants. Oops, my phone. So I guess we're going to move on to the ideal partner reading. It felt like so climactic, and now I'm like, oh, I'm not done yet. So, okay. Let me go ahead and get these again. So that's my call. That's my guess. I think she's going to have real creative control. I just think once she announces that in the future, she's going to have success. She's going to be, again, doing exactly what she wants. But I do think once she kind of announces that she's in a relationship and it's public, we're going to see her start to be less active. But as far as her career, I think that's the only big hiccup we're really seeing for her. I do think she's closer with one of the girls than she is the other 2. And there may be things that they don't speak as often. They may in the future become farther removed from each other as far as just personally. I don't think as far as the group goes that they don't want to work with each other or anything like that. I just think on a private level, they're going to not be as close as they once were in the future. Like I said, at least with 2 of them for her. But other than that, I think she really wants to stay with Mamamoo. She wants to ride it out. She wants to be there for them. So I'm going to get our ideal partner reading set up. As everybody knows, that if you've seen them before, I do a layered reading with my Caroline Miss archetype cards and my Spellcaster's Oracle. And I lay about 6 cards on top of each other, and those give us a bit of an explanation on what traits Wheein would be looking for in a partner and what traits would be good for them. Scoot up a little bit. Keep rolling away. Some readers they pick their cards and then they start you off, but I think I find it's very important for people to see me shuffle the cards. I think I like to make sure everyone knows that I'm not cherry picking cards and putting them on the table. You're seeing them as I'm picking them, and I'm reading them as they fall. So there's no sleight of hand going on here. It's just the cards and me and you. All right, so let me go ahead and split the deck here and pull some cards. Okay, and then I get my spellcasters out, or I'm not, yeah, my spellcasters oracle, spellcasting oracle, this one, and I will pull from this. Go ahead and freedom, well, truth, friendship, boundaries, finding, spirit guide. Okay. Before today, this finding card never came out of this deck, and now today I get it twice. So we have Midas and Miser, but we have it in the shadow attribute. So it's hoarding money and emotions. Let me get it so you can see it. Hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth, and freedom. So I think as much as she puts it into her music, privately, Wheein may have a lot of problems expressing herself or expressing her emotions, and she needs someone who's kind of gonna have the patience and the determination to get it out of her, or is going to take the time to learn to read her without her having to say those things. But it is someone that's going to understand that Wheein isn't most comfortable expressing how she feels. She may be one of those people that's like saying how attached or how enamored she is with a person isn't easy. She may be the person that has to be pursued and not going to pursue another person for as like outgoing and fun and bright as she is. And then we have bully in the light, and like I said, when I read it you'll understand it's not in the shadow. It would be bully, but in the light it's highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you, and truth. So again, this is about uncovering insecurities, right? It's about finding your confidence and, you know, confronting those inner fears. It's about, you know, this mirror is reflecting what's inside, you know, being your most authentic self and not being afraid of what other people are going to say or do, or even just judging yourself and being harsh with yourself. She's going to need to be gentler with herself, and someone who is going to help reveal that or help reinforce that for her. And then we have the eternal child in the light. So we have determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, and friendship. So this is someone who's going to bring that young childlike energy that's going to not just be romantic but be Wheein's friend. It's going to feel like that person that, you know, is always interested and encouraging to her interests and insights, and, you know, just someone who just loves speaking with her, spending time with her. I mean, that sounds obvious, but there's a lot of people that doesn't work for them. They need their personal space. But I think Wheein definitely needs someone who wants to be around, wants to be very interested in her life and her thoughts and how she feels about things, like your best friend, someone that feels like her best friend. And then we have King in the light, which is enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge, and boundaries. So I think it's about helping Wheein not need to do everything on their own, right? This is about helping Wheein delegate things. Like I said, understanding their boundaries, understanding what they can, what they can't do, what they can handle, and trusting that it's okay to like have other people take care of other things. Again, I think sometimes expressing themselves and sometimes trusting other people is hard for Wheein. So this is about someone who's like, hey, let me do it. Let me help you with those things. Or like, hey, you're doing so much for other people, but you need to tell them when's enough is enough. You don't owe them all of your time. You don't owe them everything. You know, you've done enough for them. So someone that really backs up those boundaries and helps establish those boundaries for them. And someone has clear boundaries of their own too. You know, someone that can have a firm but gentle approach to things. So I didn't say samurai, Samaritan in the light and finding. So refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So this is about forgiveness essentially, because finding is about something you've lost. So this is about forgiving people. This is about, you know, Wheein's an Aries, if I'm correct. Yes. She's got a fiery temper, and I'm sure she can hold a grudge with the best of them. But holding a grudge for somebody doesn't teach them anything. It only hurts you, right? You're holding on to these feelings every time you think of this person. So it's about forgiveness. It's about someone who is going to push Wheein to make amends or to get over things, to heal themselves, and understanding like, if someone hurts you or you stop being friends with someone over a misunderstanding, you're the one who left that book open, right? You're the one that needs to go resolve it. If you want to eventually find closure, you're the one that has to go back and resolve it because you're the one that walked away. So I feel like that's an issue. Again, if Wheein's not good at expressing themselves, when things get complicated or they feel not appreciated by someone, they may just cut ties and walk away and not even tell the person what they did. They may just ghost them and be like, this person's no longer worth my time. And they're going to need someone who pushes them back and says, hey, you're never going to have closure if that's what you do. You need to go back and resolve this issue, and you have to set your boundaries. You know, you have to tell this person, hey, I don't like what you did or how you did it, or that was insulting me, or whatever her issue was. She needs someone to help push her in that direction of forgiveness. Then we have damsel and shadow. So waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion, and spirit guide, right? Spirit guide is about waking you up. You know, we see one has the eyes closed, and now they're coming. It's their awakening, right? It's their epiphany. It's the spirit guides telling you. Again, we have the mirror of truth here. You don't need anybody else. Like, Wheein needs to realize that they're the king. They're the one in charge. You know, it's them. They have to save themselves. They have to appreciate themselves. They have to speak up for themselves. They have to set their clear boundaries. So, you know, people aren't going to do that for her, right? So this is about someone telling Wheein, like, you need to learn to appreciate yourself. You need to fight for yourself. You know, you need to find something deep down within you that you know, you thought was missing, or you thought you weren't strong enough, and realize that you are. Realize that you're capable. You know, you don't have to run away from these situations. You just have to learn how to be more confident in what you want to say. So like, this is like, again, this person is just like really there for them, treats them like a best friend, you know, isn't there to inflate their ego, or, you know, I do a lot of these readings, and sometimes people do need someone who will just go along and get along, and just whatever you do, that's the best. Whatever you want to do, I'm here to support you. But this, we need someone who's going to keep it real with her, who is going to be very direct and point out what they need to do. You know, that blunt best friend energy. That's what Wheein needs in a partner. So that's what I have. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for ordering this reading from the Ko-fi page. If anybody else wants to order a reading like this, my Ko-fi page is in the description of this video. You can click the support button. It's $5, and I'll do a reading on any K-pop celebrity you want. And you know, the only thing I don't do is actual love reading. This is the closest thing I offer, which is just what traits would be good for that person. So otherwise, I'm happy to do personality readings, career readings, current energies readings, friendship readings, all that good stuff. So just let me know. I'm gonna start putting up photos of all my decks, so you can also request what tarot deck, oracle deck you'd like that reading to be done with, and I'll happily read with any of them for you. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like. I wish the best for Wheein and Mamamoo, and I hope we get news soon. And I hope you guys are all having a lovely day. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.